Welcome to Does It Matter by Brainy Ballers, where we dissect the game with cutting-edge analytics to give you the upper hand. We analyze everything from hand sizes to average depth of targets to uncover hidden trends that no one else sees. Say goodbye to guesswork and hello to data-driven domination. Because here at Brainy Ballers, we don't just watch the game, we understand it. So get ready, it's podcast time.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are tackling what might be the toughest riddle in all of fantasy football.
Oh, definitely. Predicting tight end success.
Exactly. And our mission today was pretty specific. We wanted to see if one single college stat could do the job.
Yeah, we zeroed in on a tight end's highest single-season first down total from college. The goal was to find out if it actually predicts NFL performance and, more importantly, if we could pinpoint the exact range.
I love that laser focus. So let's talk about the methodology first, because you didn't just look at every single tight end out there.
No, that would be too noisy. We needed contrast. So we analyzed the top 50 PPR fantasy finishers at the position, going all the way back to 2015.
Okay, so a big sample size.
A very big sample. And to get that contrast, we compared the truly elite guys, the top 10 finishers, against the players who finished from 41st to 50th. Called them the bottom 10. Basically, the difference between a real starter and a guy who's just a replacement level player.
Okay, so why first downs? I mean, why not something more obvious like peak yardage or college touchdowns? What's special about a first down?
It's all about reliability. It measures a player's ability to convert in clutch situations, to be the guy the quarterback trusts. And that's a trait that translates directly to the NFL.
So what did the data first show you?
Well, it wasn't a simple straight line. It wasn't like more first downs automatically equal a better fantasy finish. 2/3 of the seasons we studied, so 4 out of 6, the top 5 finishers had significantly higher college first down peaks than the guys in that bottom tier. We knew a benchmark was in there somewhere. We just had to find it.
And that's the aha moment. After all that testing, what was the number? What's the threshold we're looking
We
at?
crunched everything, and it came down to one number. The filter you need to use is 30 or more first downs in a player's best college season.
Do you want to start dominating your drafts? At BrainyBallers.com, we've researched every metric under the sun for you to find which ones are best linked to fantasy points. You can access hundreds of metrics to sharpen your scouting abilities so you know which metrics matter and which are just noise. Stop guessing on which thresholds to look for within each metric. Big numbers can be misleading or irrelevant. Our Ultimate Athlete Blueprints reveal essential scouting metrics, their importance, and benchmarks within each metric that help predict a player's probability of being a success or bust. Elevate your scouting ability with Brainy Ballers Ultimate Athlete Blueprints today. Click the link in the description. Now back to the show.
That is the magic number.
So let's get to the payoff then. If I'm a fantasy manager and I find a prospect who hit that 30-plus mark, what does that actually get me?
It gets you a huge statistical edge. Players who hit that benchmark, they produced a 27.6% higher top 10 appearance rate compared to the guys in the bottom 10.
Wow, 27.6%. That's not small.
It's massive. For you, the manager, that means you're basically boosting your odds of hitting on a pick by over a quarter, just by applying this one simple filter.
Okay, but I can already hear people listening and saying, well, maybe that's just a fluke, maybe it's noise. How do you prove it's a real correlation? I know you use the Pearson correlation coefficient for this.
Exactly right. We had to validate it. So when we ran the Pearson coefficient on the whole data set, the value came back at 0.138.
And what were you looking for?
For this kind of athletic study, a value of 0.1 is generally the target for a strong correlation. So coming in at 0.138 shows a really solid, verifiable link. It wasn't just random.
Let me be the skeptic here for a moment. 0.138. It still sounds kind of low to someone who's not a statistician. Why should I hang my hat on that?
Because context changes everything. Think about QB draft capital. Everyone in the world accepts that as a huge factor. Earlier drafted QBs are supposed to be better.
It's a given.
Well, that metric only has an inverse Pearson value of negative 0.219. The fact that our niche tight end stat is even in the same ballpark as something that established, that's pretty astounding. It puts its reliability into perspective.
So boiling it all down for everyone's draft prep, the takeaway here is that this 30-plus metric is like a vital threshold filter.
That's the perfect way to put it.
It's not going to predict the exact points a guy will score, but it seriously increases the probability he'll crack that top 10. You should use it as a tiebreaker when you're on the clock.
Absolutely. Look, if you decide to draft a tight end who never hit that 31st down mark in college, what you're really doing is betting against almost a decade of history. You're fighting the odds.
A pretty powerful final thought.
Well, here's one more for you to chew on. We found the filter for tight ends. So what's the next deep dive? Could something like college tackles for loss serve the same predictive purpose for, say, defensive linemen? Go dig into that.